The 1946 United States 1-cent coin, commonly known as the Lincoln wheat penny, is a fascinating piece amid 20th century American numismatic history. Struck just a year after the end of World War II, this penny holds historical value, not only for collectors, but also as a symbol of post-war America. The coin was minted in 3 locations in 1946. Philadelphia, no mint mark. Denver, marked with small d, and San Francisco, marked with an S. The majority of these coins were minted in Philadelphia, as usual. On the obverse side front of the coin is a detailed profile of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Above Lincoln's head is a national motto, "In God We Trust," while the word liberty appears to his left and the date 1946 to the right. If the coin is from Denver or San Francisco, the respective mint mark appears just below the date. The reverse of the 1946 cent features the iconic wheat ears design, also created by Brenner. This includes the inscription 1 cent boldly centered between 2 sheaves of wheat, symbolizing agricultural prosperity. Above is the country's name, United States of America, and above that is a Latin motto, E pluribus unum, meaning out of many one. This reverse design had been in use since the introduction of the Lincoln cent in 1909 and would be replaced just a few years later in 1959 by the Lincoln Memorial design. The 1946 Lincoln wheat penny is composed of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, giving it a distinct reddish-brown appearance when freshly minted. Over time, these coins can darken or develop a greenish or brown patina due to oxidation, especially if stored improperly. The coin weighs 3.11 grams and has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters with a plain edge. In terms of mintage, 1946 saw over 991 million coins produced in Philadelphia, about 315 million in Denver, and roughly 198 million in San Francisco, making this one of the more common wheat pennies, especially the Philadelphia version with no mint mark. Despite its high mintage, the 1946 penny remains highly collectible, particularly in uncirculated or mint state condition. Coins of original luster, no wear, and sharp strike are especially valuable to collectors. Key factors that influence value include strike quality, surface preservation, and any unique errors such as double dies or off-center strikes. These error coins, while rare, can fetch premium prices. While circulated 1946 pennies typically hold modest value, often just a few cents to $1, the uncirculated versions, especially in grades like MS-65 and higher, can range from a few dollars to over $10 or more, depending on the mint and market demand. Historically, the 1946 penny represents a transition point. After producing steel cents in 1943 due to wartime copper shortages, the U.S. Mint returned to the pre-war alloy in 1944, using recycled ammunition shells. This continued into 1946, making these coins part of the first full post-war issues. Their wide circulation and strong symbolism of Lincoln, unity, and American resilience have made the 1946 cent not only a monetary tool of its time, but also a small copper monument to the nation's perseverance and growth in the mid-20th century. For collectors, it is a reminder of a nation healing from global conflict and stepping into a new era of modern prosperity. Next top, the 1951 D. Lincoln wheat cent, bearing the inscription 1 cent, and United States of America on the reverse, is a classic piece amid 20th century American coinage, struck at the Denver Mint. Composed primarily of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, this coin represents a continuation of the beloved wheat penny series, which ran from 1909 to 1958. The obverse of the coin features the right-facing bust of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, a design that debuted in 1909 to commemorate the centennial of Lincoln's birth. The reverse showcases 2 stylized wheat stalks curving along the edges, encasing the denomination 1 cent and the motto E pluribus unum, a Latin phrase meaning out of many one. The D mint mark, located just below the date, indicates that this coin was produced in Denver, where over 625 million Lincoln cents were struck in that year alone, making it one of the more plentiful issues of the early 1950s. Despite this high mintage, The 1951 D penny is still appreciated by collectors for its rich history, classic design, and representation of post-World War II America, a time marked by economic recovery and national pride. In circulated condition, these coins are relatively common and often found in wheat penny rolls or bulk copper lots, though uncirculated examples with original red luster and strong strike are far more valuable. High-grade mint state specimens, especially those graded MS, 65 red RD, or higher by grading services like PGS or NGC, can command strong premiums, particularly if they show no signs of wear, carbon spots, or discoloration. Numismatically, the 1951 D wheat penny is not rare, but its appeal lies in its symbolism and its role in everyday commerce during the era of President Truman and the Korean War. Many of these coins passed to the hands of American families in the 1950s, buying candy, newspapers, or streetcar fares. As such, each surviving example, whether heavily worn or preserved in pristine mint condition, carries with it a small yet meaningful piece of mid-century American history. For collectors, especially those assembling a complete set of Lincoln wheat cents by date and mint mark, the 1951 D is a necessary and accessible entry, often used as a reference for comparing strike quality and minting standards of early 1950s U.S. coinage. Next top, the 1952 D Lincoln wheat cent, commonly referred to as a wheat penny, is a classic and widely collected coin from mid-20th century United States. Minted at the Denver Mint in 1952, this coin carries the D mint mark located just below the date on the obverse side. The coin is part of the Lincoln wheat cent series, which ran from 1909 to 1958, and it features the enduring portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This obverse design was originally introduced in 1909 to mark the centennial of Lincoln's birth, and has since become one of the most iconic representations in U.S. coinage history. The reverse of the coin features two stylized wheat ears, one on each side, encircling the inscriptions 1 cent and United States of America. Above them, the Latin motto, E pluribus unum, meaning out of many one, is prominently inscribed. This wheat design, simple yet symbolic, represents the agricultural backbone of America and was in use from 1909 until it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design in 1959. The 1952 D penny was struck in large numbers. 746,130,000 coins were minted that year at Denver, making it one of the more common wheat pennies. It was produced using the standard alloy composition of the time, 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. Each coin weighs approximately 3.11 grams and measures 19.05 millimeters in diameter with a plain edge. Its reddish-brown or full red color in mint condition is the result of the high copper content, which tend to oxidize over time unless carefully preserved. This coin circulated heavily during the 1950s, a decade that followed World War II and was marked by economic growth, industrial development, and the rise of the American middle class. As such, the 1952 D penny is not only a piece of monetary history, but also a small artifact of a transformational era in the United States. Most of these coins show moderate to heavy circulation where, though examples in uncirculated or mint state, MS condition, especially those with bright red luster, are of particular interest to collectors. In mint state grades, especially MS 65 and above, the coin can carry a premium value. In lower grades, the coin remains common and typically worth between 3 to 10 cents, though value can increase based on condition, rarity of the die variety, and eye appeal. There are also minor die varieties known for the 1952 D penny, including repunch mint marks, RPMs, and die breaks, which are of interest to specialized numismatists. However, these varieties are not rare, but may slightly increase a coin's value to the right collector. A well-preserved 1952 D Lincoln cent, particularly one with full original red coloration and no signs of wear, may be valued at $2 to $5 or more depending on market demand. In summary, the 1952 D wheat penny is a common but historically meaningful coin that continues to appeal to collectors for its design, copper composition, and link to America's post-war economic boom. Whether found in change or preserved in collector's album, It represents a tangible piece of American numismatic and historical heritage. The 1956 D. Lincoln Wheat Penny is a historical United States 1-cent coin that holds both numismatic and cultural significance. Struck at the Denver Mint. The D mint mark located just below the date on the obverse front side of the coin identifies its origin. This coin is part of the long-running Lincoln Wheat Cent series, which was minted from 1909 until 1958, featuring the profile of President Abraham Lincoln, the first real person to appear on a regular U.S. coin. The obverse design, created by Victor David Brenner, prominently displays a right-facing portrait of Lincoln, with the motto "In God We Trust" arching above his head. To Lincoln's left is the word liberty, and to the right is the date 1956, accompanied by the D mint mark indicating it was produced in Denver. On the reverse side, the coin features two stylized wheat ears curving along the left and right rims, which is why the series is affectionately known as wheat pennies. Between the wheat stalks are the large font inscriptions 1 cent and United States of America, signifying its denomination and issuing country. At the top is the motto E pluribus unum, Latin for out of many one, reflecting the unity of the states. Composed of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, this coin weighs 3.11 grams and has a diameter of 19 millimeters. The 1956 D penny had a massive mintage of over 1.098 billion coins, making it extremely common and easy to find even today. Because of this high mintage, most circulated examples hold only nominal collector value, usually just a few cents unless in exceptional condition. However, well-preserved mint-state examples, especially those graded MS 65 and above, can be worth significantly more to collectors. Additionally, some rare era varieties exist, such as repunched mint marks, RPMs, off-center strikes, or die cracks, which can fetch premium prices. The 1956 D cent represents the final years of the wheat reverse design, which will be retired in 1959 in favor of the Lincoln Memorial reverse introduced for Lincoln's 150th birthday. As a result, this coin captures the end of an iconic design era in American numismatics. For collectors and history enthusiasts alike, the 1956 D. Lincoln Wheat Penny remains a small yet powerful relic of mid-20th century American coinage, honoring the legacy of a revered president while showcasing the craftsmanship and symbolism of its time. Next top,